Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. This week, we're diving deep into deciding to go to graduate school to unpack this huge decision.
Yeah, a lot of folks think you need to get a master's or PhD these days, but it's not always the answer for everyone, is it?
It's really not, and that's why we wanted to explore this source material. This document does not waste any time. It really jumps into the nitty-gritty right from the get-go by asking why grad school at all.
Right. You got to get real with yourself.
Yeah.
Figure out, is this like a passion? Like, do you really love this field? Or is it, more about getting ahead in your career?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even just putting off a tough decision. We've all been there.
Think before you ink. Just like getting a tattoo, right?
Right.
You better be all in on that design before you make that commitment.
Absolutely.
So one of the things is you should actually research your dream job before you even think about a program.
Oh, that's huge. Because, grad school, it's a big commitment. It takes a lot of time, money, your mental energy. You really got to make sure it lines up with what you actually want to do, long term.
Yeah.
Like, does that dream job really even need a master's?
Right. Is that what they're even looking for?
Exactly.
Or could you get there with some solid experience?
Maybe. It's like looking into a crystal ball and seeing what employers really want. Like, do I need a master's or is it all about the PhD?
Right. Which one's the golden ticket?
Yeah.
Okay, so, am I even ready for this academically? Like, have we not been through enough already?
Right. Like, haven't you pulled enough all-nighters?
Exactly. And, grad school is not a sprint.
It's a marathon for sure.
It's a marathon. And you would not run a marathon without the proper training.
No way.
Let's talk about choosing the right program, because this document actually compares it to finding the perfect recipe.
I love that. Because you wouldn't just like settle for a boring, bland meal.
Right.
You want something that excites you.
Right.
So you got to find a program that does the same.
But let's say you're ready to take the plunge. How do you even begin to pick the right program?
It's like dating, but for your future.
Okay, grad school dating. Tell me more. I'm very interested.
Well, just like you wouldn't show up to a date without, doing a little Facebook stalking.
Yeah.
You got to research those admissions requirements.
Yeah.
Make sure you're a good fit.
So no more just firing off applications to every Ivy League school and just hoping for the best.
Nope. Got to be strategic.
Yeah.
Ask yourself the tough questions. Like, how competitive is this program? Will my grades cut it? Do I have the right background?
And then there's a whole question of work experience. Can it help or hurt?
For sure. So yeah, it's really about finding that sweet spot where, you're qualified and you're excited about the program and, they're excited about you too.
Right.
So you're not just like a name in a pile.
No more applying on a whim.
No more.
So what about the curriculum? That's the meat and potatoes of a program, right?
It is.
It's like what you're signing up
Don't just skim the course catalog,
for.
Really get into the weeds.
Oh,
Figure
yeah.
out, is it all theory? Or is there like a practical side?
Mm.
What's the teaching style? Can I do research? Can I get my hands dirty? They even say you should reach out to students,
Oh, wow.
talk to alumni, get the real scoop.
It's like taking a car for a test drive before you buy it. You got to make sure you're actually going to enjoy the ride, right?
Exactly. And just like, you wouldn't book a hotel without checking the reviews, pay attention to the program's rep.
Okay, so how do we check the reviews of a grad school program? Where do we look for that information?
The faculty is a good place to start.
Yeah.
Are they like the rock stars of their field? Are they publishing? Are they pushing boundaries?
Yeah. It's like putting together your own brain trust to help you through the program.
Exactly. And it's not just about how smart they are. It's about, do you connect with them?
Oh, yeah.
Are they available to students? Do they really care about your success?
It's more than just academics. You're looking for someone who's going to be in your corner,
Mhm.
who's invested in you, right?
Totally. And
So we've got the academic side down, but what about life outside the classroom?
you wouldn't move to a new city without checking out the neighborhoods first, right?
Exactly.
You got to know what you're getting into.
Like, think about the program's atmosphere. Is it competitive? Is it collaborative? Is it more of a, like, do your own thing kind of place?
Yeah. And what about the social scene? Like, are there cool coffee shops,
Yeah.
parks to clear your head? You're going to be spending a lot of time there.
Oh, for sure. Gotta have good study spots. And speaking of spending a lot of time, we gotta talk about the cost of living, right? Grad school can be expensive.
Yeah. Tuition is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right. It's like that cross-country road trip you always wanted to take. Tuition is like one tank of gas. You gotta think about food, lodging, all of that.
And speaking of money, This document is like a treasure map when it comes to financial aid.
Oh, tell me more.
It breaks down all the different options: fellowships, assistantships, loans, grants, scholarships. It can seem overwhelming, but honestly, just knowing what's out there is huge.
Yeah, like having your own financial aid squad in your back pocket. And fellowships sound amazing, right? Like getting paid to go to school.
Right, and assistantships give you that real-world experience while you're studying.
Talk to the financial aid office. They're like your guides through this whole financial aid jungle.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what they're there for.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the big takeaway is that this decision, whether to go to grad school or not, it is a big one.
It is, but it doesn't have to be scary.
Right. With the right info and by really like looking inward, you can totally make the choice that's right for you.
Exactly. Trust your gut, go for it.
Mic drop moment.
Eh,
And on that note, deep divers, it's time for us to sign off. Remember, whether you choose the grad school route or blaze your own trail, we're here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and keep diving deep.